Well, ladies and gents, who didn't see this one coming? Fears over Online Safety Act as vast majority of Brits worry what their kids are watching. Plenty of British parents aren't sure about the effectiveness of the Online Safety Act, and they worry about just what their kids are consuming on the internet. So first of all, with this, what have we said about these devices? Smartphones, PCs, laptops, phones, everything, tablets, you name it. You can put on the parental controls. Why aren't they doing it? You know, is that thing there? And I still stand by that tablets, phones, any type of device that you buy, the parental controls should be automatically set to the highest level. And then the parents need to put them down. And it needs to be behind a PIN code because, again, kids, they'll try and figure out that stuff. They always do. But seeing this now that parents aren't sure about the effectiveness of the Online Safety Act, to me, this is just screaming, oh, I didn't know my kid was looking at this online. That's what this is screaming to me. Also, can we take a quick look at the Daily Star website of how many ads are on this bloody page? Obviously, they're all blocked out. But yeah, look at it. Look at it. It's ridiculous. But again, we'll talk about that another time. So, as it goes in, almost 9 in 10 British parents fear their children are being exposed to harmful material on the internet, despite the new Online Safety Act coming into force this summer. If you had all these parental locks on and you could see what your kids were doing, you wouldn't be in this fear, like, oh my god, in this fear state. New research shows that 87.5% remain concerned about what their children might encounter, with 27% saying their kids have already come across inappropriate and dangerous content. Yeah. You know, I will say that when I was a kid and I was in school, Rotten.com was a website. I don't know if it's still around now, but I'm not going to look on here because it would literally be, boom, channel gone because of what that website used to be. But also 4chan, I had all of these. I was in school when they came around. I was in year 8 of school and we were going on these sites, you know. 4chan not so much because that didn't come out until like the early 2000s, but Rotten.com came out in 1998 and I was on that website in school. All of us were. So it was like, oh my god, because the internet was a brand new thing to a lot of people. But the figure casts doubt on the effectiveness of the act passed last year by the Conservative government. No, it was actually 2023, so 2 years ago. And backed by Labour, it requires social media platforms and search engines to introduce age checks and stronger content moderation. 92% of parents are aware of the change in law. Well, they know it now because it's been on all the news channels, morning programs, midday shows. People have been talking about it, and mostly because of Kiwi Farms and 4chan taking Ofcom to court. Because who in their right mind tries to impose a law that is a law in your country but not in the country you're trying to sue someone? I really don't understand it. I am 100% behind 4chan and Kiwi Farms on this. They're an American-based company. All this stuff is based in America. They shouldn't have to have the laws against them because they are in a different part of the world. They got their own rules and laws of the land over there. In the UK, if you got a website that's based in the UK, if you want to do it, do this. You know? But I can see a lot of companies pulling out of the UK because of this, because they are going to lose billions. They really are. As you can see by here, that only half believe it goes far enough to keep kids safe online, according to the study commissioned by children's tech company Explorer. This part here now this is what annoys me. The survey also highlights the scale of the problem. 19% of 13-year-olds report being asked to share images, while 30% have experienced online bullying. First of all, I really don't think 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, or hell, even 15-year-olds should have social media accounts. No TikTok, no Instagram, no Facebook, no Twitter, no nothing. Australia, they're doing it with YouTube now where you have to be over the age of 16 to have an account, which understandable. I could be like, you know what? Yeah, I can understand. But you gotta be over the age of 13 for the rest of the world to have an account on all these other social media apps. And seeing that 13-year-olds are being asked to share these images, and 30% have experienced online bullying, they need to raise their game. Not that, the companies do. They need to be like, right, okay, 15, 16 years of age, you can have an account. Because when you reach that age, even though you still are a teenager with rose-tinted glasses on, you still have a sense of, oh, right, okay, so this is how the world works. That sort of thing. But this part here now, this is the part that scares me. 37% of 8-year-olds say they have been pressured to take part in internet trends or challenges. Why in God's name is an 8-year-old being pressured to do something? An 8-year-old. Really? 8 years of age? It's absolutely disgusting. It really is. Because the way I look at this, and I think a lot of people think it as well, why is an 8-year-old on these social media sites? Why? They do not need to be on them. They really don't. And saying about internet trends or challenges, it's sad. It's sad to see. So, former Pussycat Doll and mother of 3, Kimberly Wyatt, has partnered with Explorer to promote safer technology for families. She said, at home, we've set boundaries. No phones in bedrooms. That's good. Family time is sacred, and I found it really important to set these rules early on. Yeah, 100%. That is the thing that a lot of these people need to do. Navigating the school smartphone ban is tricky because of the cool factor. Yeah, that's one thing I don't seem to understand either, is when you've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-olds or whatever, they have the latest and upgraded iPhones, Samsung Galaxy or whatever. And these are phones that cost up to $2,000, maybe even more. Why are kids having them? They do not need them, they really don't. If they want stuff, just get an old smartphone that has the capability of texting. That's what it should be. But around those ages, come on. You do not need a phone that does that. But it also goes, around the age of 10, children are working out where they fit in, who their tribe is, and that naturally wants to feel accepted. Not having a smartphone can sometimes make that harder, which it can. But again, no. In my eyes, schools need to ban phones. Well, not ban phones, actually. What schools need to do is when you go to a comedy club now and, some comedians, their shows, they ask you to put your phone in a bag. That's what it should be. That's what it should be. And at the end of the day, your last teacher, if you're in secondary school or high school as it's called now here in the UK, they're the ones who can unlock them. 5 minutes before the bell goes, right, we're unlocking your phone, unlocking your phone, unlocking your phone. That's where it should be. That's how it should go. But they don't want to do that because it's going to cost money. And the government are not going to make any money off it. But this part by here now, this is the one that makes me go, wow. Alright? So she's saying about home, we've set boundaries, no phones, this, that, and the other. Okay. That's why I believe a ban could actually take some of the pressure off parents. Yeah, it could. Who are constantly trying to gauge the situation and strike the right balance. Now, as I said, this part right by here. My daughter is in her last year before secondary school. She's 10 or 11 years of age. She should not be having a phone when she's home. A tablet, maybe. Laptop or whatever, maybe. But parental controls should be on these things. And she does go on to say that obviously, big stage of growing up at that age, technology is going to play a huge role in that transition. So for me, it's about helping her understand the risks while giving her the tools to make positive choices. Yeah, okay, with that, I'm like, yeah. With Explorer, we found a brilliant compromise. It gives me peace of mind as a parent and also offers her the independence she's been craving. Despite widespread concern, 1 in 5 parents admit they do not use parental controls on their child's smartphone, citing complexity, and poor usability. Yeah, no, I'm not being funny. If you are concerned and you want to see what's going on with your kids, you are going to learn that shit. You are going to do it. I can cite my father. My father, he was not fluent in German, but he can speak German to a good degree. And I took French. He learned French to help me. That's what a parent should do. I've got friends, a lot of other friends as well. Their parents did certain things with them. They learned something so they could help their kid. This day and age, seeing that by there, that 1 in 5 parents admit they don't do it because complexity and poor usability. How old are these parents? They have to be in their what? Late 20s, 30s, early to mid 40s? A lot of people around this age, my age, we've grown up with this. We were introduced to technology. My generation was the last generation to grow up with and without smartphones, tablets, constantly online everywhere. We had both worlds. If you were born in the early 80s, maybe, but 70s, 70s, 60s, 50s and all that, yeah, my dad was born in 59. I gotta help him, which I'm like, you know what, I will help him because I don't want to see him get scammed like you see a lot of these things happening. But seeing that 1 in 5 parents admit they don't do it because, it's too complex for me, man. You got YouTube. You can go online and learn that shit in like 2 minutes. To me, that's just lazybility. They're just lazy. Devices such as Explorers X6 Play and HMD Fusion X1 allow children to call and message only parent-approved contacts, and block access to the internet or social media entirely. This is amazing. This is what things should do. This is absolutely amazing. But then you see this. The research shows 65% of parents would feel more confident protecting their children if devices included stronger built-in safety features and app restrictions. They do. To me, again, this is just parents who are just too lazy to go online and see what they can do. It really is. The phones also include real-time GPS tracking, a feature cited by over 70% of parents as the main reason for giving a child a phone plus school mode, which silences notifications and calls during lessons. That's great. It really is. I do get that part about the phones also include real-time GPS tracking. I completely get that. That is fantastic. And it says, 70% of parents is the main reason for giving a child a phone. But on Samsungs, iPhones, the OneNote and all those other ones, Huawei and all these, you can turn off the GPS tracking. The kids will know where that is because the kids will look through the phone. Right, what can we do? What can I turn off? Right, what's more efficient? They know that. So seeing that, again, it's almost like people are coming up just with excuses, and it's sad, it really is. But the UK Online Safety Act, it is going to ruin a lot of things. You're going to see a lot of companies leave the UK because of this, because they're going to lose billions of pounds. They really are. But we can only showcase and tell people maybe you should look into this, maybe you should look into something else. But when I see this is the one that really annoys me. That one here, that's the one that really grinds my gears. Oh, it's too complex. No, I'm not very good at it. I can't do it. If you want to protect your kid online and you want parental controls, you're going to learn it. You are. And it's sad. It really is sad to see. But guys, if you are new to the channel, like and subscribe. Let us know down below what you think of this, and I will see you soon.